So hi everyone guys, welcome to yet another session of Prep Bytes. I'm Swapnil and in today's video I would be discussing the problem prime game of February Challenge 2021 of Division 3. So let's get started with the problem statement. Here we have Chef and Divyam and they are playing a game with the following rules. First, an integer x factorial is written on the board. Chef and Divyam alternate turns. Chef plays first. Okay, and in each move the current player should choose a positive integer d which is divisible by up to y distinct primes. So at the same time I would be marking all the important points so that it would be easier for you to notice. So at first x factorial was written in on the board and chef plays first. Okay, and in each move, a player is choosing an integer d which is divisible by up to y distinct primes. And this particular integer d does not exceed the current integer which is written over the board. Right. Now d is subtracted from the integer on the board. That is, the if the integer on the board before this move was a, then it is erased and replaced by a minus d. So basically if initially the in the board it was written x factorial, then after the first move it should be x factorial minus d. Okay, so this is the case. In each move I am choosing a certain d and this d must be less than equals to the number which is written over the board, which initially was x factorial. Okay, now when one player writes 0 on the board, the game ends. Given x and y, we will have to determine the winner of the game. So this is the problem statement. Let's move to the input part. The input goes like the first line of the input contains t, denoting the total number of test cases. And for each test case, the first and only line of each test case contains two space separated integers x and y, for which we will have to find or determine the winner of the game. Okay. Now, for each test case, we will have to print single line containing the string chef. If chef wins and if Divyam wins, we will have to output Divyam without any code. So this is my output. And the test cases t can range from 1 to 10 power 6 and xy can also range from 1 to 10 power 6. Okay. So this is my example input output. Let's move to the coding section and understand how this problem goes like and how the sample test cases are being solved. Okay, so the gist of the problem here, which I noted down as important points, are there are two players, Chef and Divyam. X factorial is on the board. In each turn, we can deduct d, which must be less than equals to x factorial initially, or basically which must be less than equals to number on board and is divisible by up to y primes. This number d should be divisible by up to y primes. Okay. Now the chef makes the first turn and the player who writes 0 wins the game. And our task is to find the winner. Now let us discuss the sample test cases. The first sample test case is when x is equals to 1, y equals to 2. So here chef can easily choose d is equals to 1 because d equals to 1 is less than or equals to 1, which is nothing but 1 factorial, right? 1 is nothing but 1 factorial and my d which I chose over here is less than or equals to the number on the board, which is nothing but 1 factorial, and this number d is having 0 prime divisors, which is also satisfying the condition that prime divisors should be up to y equals to 2. So the prime divisors can be 0 prime divisors or 1 prime divisors or 2 prime divisors, but not more than 2. So yeah, my chef will be choosing d is equals to 1, and after choosing d equals to 1, he will subtract 1 from 1 in the board and he will get 0 over here and chef wins. Now when x will be 3 and y will be 1, x factorial would be 6, but the chef cannot choose d is equals to 6 over here. Why so? Because this particular 6 number d is equals to 6 is having two prime divisors which is greater than y. I can it can be satisfied if the number of total prime divisors is less than or equals to 1, but 6 is having two prime divisors which are nothing but 2 and 3. What are these two prime divisors? They are nothing but 2 and 3, right? Because 6 is divisible by 2 and 6 is divisible by 3, and both 2 and 3 are prime numbers. But my chef can choose only those d's in which the total number of prime divisors for that particular d is less than or equals to y, right? But this is not the case, so chef cannot choose 6 over here. So the only possible options for my chef over here, which is less than or equals to the number written on the board, is 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1. And all of these numbers also have prime divisors either 0 or 1, because 5 is having prime divisors as 0, 4 is having prime divisors as 1, 3 is having prime divisors as 1, 2 is also having prime divisors as 1, and 1 is having prime divisors as 0, right? Okay. Now when chef chooses d is equals to 1, the number on board will become 6 minus 1, which is nothing but 5. Now Divyam can easily choose d is equals to 5, because 5 is also less than equals to number written on the board, which is nothing but 5. And total number of prime divisors of 5, total number of prime divisors of 5 is less than equals to my y, which is nothing but 1 over here. So yeah, Divyam can easily choose 5 and win the game. So if my chef chooses d equals to 1, then Divyam wins the game. If my chef chooses d is equals to 2, the number on the board would become 4. And now Divyam can easily choose d is equals to 4 and win the game. Similar scenario in this case also, right? Because 4 is also less than equals to the number on the board, and total number of prime divisors of 4 is less than or equals to 1. So Divyam wins the game. He will also win the game for other scenarios when when the chef will initially choose d is equals to 3 or d equals to 4 or d equals to 5. Because in these cases the number on the board will come out to be 3, 2 or 1, and Divyam can easily choose d is equals to 3 or d is equals to 2 or d is equals to 1 and thus win the game. So we can see that in all these cases chef can never win, and Divyam won the game in all possible cases. So what would be our approach to solve this particular problem? What is my funda? So it is a really simple funda that if chef wants to win the game, he needs to choose d is equals to x factorial in order to write 0 on the board. Because if he chooses d is equals to x factorial, then x factorial would be subtracted from the number which is written on the board, which is again x factorial. So chef would be writing 0 on the board and thus winning the game. So it is only possible when d is equals to x factorial is having at most y prime divisors, which is my condition. Then only chef can choose d is equals to x factorial. And x factorial is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into up to x. So in order to check that if my d, which is nothing but x factorial, have at most y prime divisors, which is the condition for x factorial to be a proper choice for being d over here, x factorial should have at most y prime divisors. And in order to check that, we will have to check how many prime divisors does x factorial have. So we will have to calculate this thing. So it's pretty simple that x factorial is having 2, 3, 5, 7 as the prime divisors, because x factorial is divisible by 2, x factorial is divisible by 3, x factorial is divisible by 5, 7, and all the numbers and all the primes which are less than or equals to x, right? So this is the funda. We will just have to check if the total number of primes less than equals to x, which is nothing but the total number of prime divisors of x factorial, and we will have to check if it is less than or equals to y or not. If it is the case, then chef wins, and chef will be able to choose d is equals to x factorial and thus win the game. If no, then Divyam will win irrespective of whatever x is choosing, because if my chef cannot choose d is equals to x factorial, then there is no possibility of my chef winning this particular game. So my problem boils down to the calculation of how many prime numbers are there that are less than equal to x. So for each and every query, xy, I would be having a function which is count. Okay, and count function would be counting the total number of prime divisors, or and here the count function would be counting the total number of primes that are less than equals to x. Count function to count the total number of primes less than or equals to x. Okay, and if this count is less than or equals to y, then chef wins. Else, let me write if over here. This is the basic pseudocode for this particular problem. If the count of all the primes less than equals to x is less than equals to y, then chef wins. Otherwise, Divyam wins. And how are we planning to write this particular count function to count the total number of primes less than or equals to x? It's because my time complexity is really small over here. We will have to pre-compute this thing. We will have to pre-compute for every possible x the count of primes less than equals to x. Okay, so for every possible x we will for every possible x we will have to pre-compute this particular number, which is the count of primes less than or equals to x. Okay, so how are we gonna do that? You must have heard the term sieve. So sieve n is nothing but a really popular coding algorithm, or a technique in order to find all the primes less than or equal to n. So I would be having sieve of highest possible value of x, which in our case is nothing but 10 to the power 6 plus 1, because x can be as high as 10 to the power 6. So I would be finding all the primes less than or equals to 10 to the power 6 plus 1, right? So all the primes up to 10 to the power 6 is being counted with this sieve function, and I would be maintaining a count array which would be basically having the values of primes. This particular count array would be having for ith index the number of primes less than equal to I. Okay, so this would be my count function. So let's move to the coding implementation. I have used C++ for this particular code. You can simply see the pseudocode over here and write it in your own favorable language. Okay, so the C++ implementation is basically, as I said, that if the count of x is less than or equals to y, then chef wins. Otherwise, Divyam wins. And how am I counting this particular count x? I am first running this particular sieve function for 10 to power 6. And what am I doing in this particular sieve function? It's a very famous programming technique. I am basically having a boolean vector is prime, and for n plus 1 I am making all the values as true initially, and for the count I am also maintaining another array count in order to have the count of primes less than equal to I, and I is count of I. So this is the definition of count of I. Count of I is nothing but the count of primes less than or equals to I. So the count of prime less than equals to 0 and count of primes less than equals to 1 is 0, and is prime 0 and is prime 1 is false. Now I am looping through from 2 to n, and I am checking if the ith index is having the boolean value for prime as true or not. If it is true, then I am incrementing this val counter. Val is initially declared as 0 and it is incremented whenever we are getting some prime number. Okay, so for each and every prime number this val is getting implemented. So for each and every prime number this val is getting incremented, and then I am moving to all the possible multiples of I and I am making is prime as false for that. This is the basic implementation of sieve. You can watch it over any video. And finally, I am making count of I as well, because count of I is storing the total number of primes less than or equals to I, right? And here I am incrementing my val only when some prime is coming over in my ith index, right? Whenever is prime is true, then I am incrementing this val value. Okay, so count I is basically doing the task of counting the total prime numbers less than or equals to I. And finally, we are implementing this particular code over here. And for each and every query, I am basically doing the task in O of 1 time complexity, right? So for each and every query, O of 1 time complexity is being done. So I guess TLE won't come for this particular solution. Let us submit this particular solution over CodeChef platform. Okay, let me copy this one. Let us remove these marks and submit. Let me paste the code over here, and here we go. Submit. So you can see that we have got an AC over this code. I hope you got the pretty basic understanding of how to solve this particular problem. And this was a bit hard problem, but then if you know the logic, then no problem is hard. So keep coding.